my heart is so red.
Hello FPL fans and welcome to the 37th recording of my football fantasy series, and game week 37 I thought was going well. Jamie Vardy scored twice on the Saturday, and I was just looking forward to Kane doing the same against Southampton, and Sturridge scoring against Watford and maybe against Chelsea on the following Wednesday, but it wasn't to be. And for all the expectation, it turns out that this game week wasn't a great one for me, and the reason behind that was my failure to captain Vardy or Payet, and I actually went for Kane. As I shot last week's video, but changed just before the deadline to Sturridge, thinking that over the two games that he'd play, he would score more points than Harry Kane. Both of them blanked, and Sturridge didn't even play a single minute against Watford. But I mustn't grumble. Jamie Vardy almost salvaged my week, although I should have captained him or Payet, whose 2 assists against Man United earned him 12 points. So, other than Mignolet's clean sheet against Watford, not a lot to shout about. Lanzini got an assist, and Sanchez and Firmino performed as they should in a game week, although Firmino was a bit part player against Watford. So, it's one of those sad weeks in FPL where you think it's going so well and it turns out to be the opposite, and that is one of the worst things about playing this game. But I've had much worse weeks than game week 37. Just a quick note on the Euros. Jamie Vardy looks to be leading the chase to be England's centre forward, so that's a pointer ahead of Euro Fantasy, which I'll be playing over the summer. But game week 38 gives Kane a good chance to finish the season as top scorer, and Newcastle away against a relegated Newcastle side might be the perfect time for him to prove his worth and get himself into the England starting 11. So I've actually captained Sanchez, as I think Villa at home is a plum fixture for him, and he's likely to explode in FPL terms in that one, obviously against a relegated rock bottom Villa side, and I can't see Villa causing too much trouble for Arsenal, and I think Sanchez may have a field day. So I've stayed away from my 3 English centre forwards, and the captain armband goes to Alexis Sanchez, and my transfer was to get Firmino out, as his place in the Liverpool team is under threat due to Klopp's rotation. In comes Dusan Tadic. Crystal Palace at home is a decent fixture for him, who's in good form at the moment and has reached double figures a couple of times over the last 3 weeks. This was advice given by a seemingly wise guy from Fantasy Football Scout Forum. So Mauritius, this is your call. I listened to you because of your Jurgen Klopp avatar making you seem like a knowledgeable guy. So hopefully you have led me in the right direction for game week 38. And my overall rank now looks pretty average, or actually really poor in comparison to Fantasy Football Scout members. So if you've been on that forum, you probably be aware of the pedigree of some of the managers on there who have yet to drop outside the top 5,000 since they've started playing the game a few seasons ago. So my rank is pretty bad in comparison, and this season is no longer about the rank. It was about staying inside the top 500,000, and I think I've done that. I've got to 2,000 points, so I've achieved my goals set a few weeks ago, so I'm pretty happy with that. So this is my team to finish the season with, and it's been a terrible season on reflection, in comparison to previous seasons that I've had where I've not gone outside of the top 300,000 or so. I'll be covering that in my season review, which will be my last video on FPL for the 2015 to 16 season.